Hello, guys. It's fermagic.
It's you?
So, I think you guys have watched a leak from the Chinese Taiwanese Mobium site where they uses the tier 3 Jean Grey as like the icon in the below. So, what happened is we want to do a tier 3 Jean expectation video. Now, I think all of you might already know that the Jean Grey uniform that's coming out is from the X-Men Red comics. Now, in the comic book, so the storyline is basically talked about when Jean dies and she revives, and then the Phoenix Souls have left her already. So she's no longer Phoenix, and she's only a psychic Omega level mutant. Now, the first thing that came to my mind is that since she's no longer Phoenix, then she might not have revival.
Like her 4-star passive, the Phoenix Force. I believe that with the uniform equipped, probably she wouldn't have revive on her passive.
Yeah, that's reason one, because she's no longer Phoenix. And reason two is that because I believe a tier 3 native tier 2 character with revival is too strong.
Look at like the Mad Titan himself. Like look at Thanos. It's basically unkillable in timeline and in Alliance tournament. So for TV Jean to have 2 lives with very high specs, it will be basically breaking the game.
But at the same time, I think it's unlikely because it will require them to change Jean from a fundamental level. And if you don't have Jean's new uniform, or if for people who don't have Jean at tier 3, it's basically a nerf for normal tier 2 Jean if she doesn't have the revival anymore. So that's a lot of work, and I don't think that Netmarble would do it. So what my expectation is that she'll still have revival, but then she wouldn't have fire damage because in the comic she's not Phoenix anymore. The drawings you can see there's nothing that resembles fire.
Yeah, now she's basically a psychic mutant, so no more flame attacks on her skills, and all those who equipped fire damage orbits to scale up her damage, you probably need to change it, I guess.
Yeah, I think it probably could be changes to mind damage in the comics since she's just a psychic now. And the skill set obviously would have a huge change. All the names should be different because you look at the names. Everything either resembles fire or like Destiny or like Phoenix. And it will not make sense anymore if she uses the X-Men Red uniform. So I think that her skill, the color set of her skills will be changed to a purplish color, just like the comic book. And then none of the skill animations will have the Phoenix related design. So if you go to a character page right now, there's a fiery wings behind her. She shouldn't look like that with the new uniform. It wouldn't make sense.
She'll have a very resembles Medusa with the uniform, I'll say.
Yeah, the style will kind of look like Medusa, and it just a purple aura with the bluish color armor on her. Now, moving on to her tier 3 skill expectation, I think that just like all of the other tier 3 skill, there will be ignore dodge, there will be increasing attack.
Fear.
Yeah, fear.
You have silence, I think.
It's possible she could have incapacitation in her skills just like Thanos, or removing incapacitation in her skills just like Thanos. And yeah, but I think because overall, since Jean is a native tier 2 character, I think that simply giving her level 70 plus 25 gear and a new uniform is enough to propel her to the meta already.
Basically, just look at Quicksilver from his level 60 and versus with the uniform and level 70, how he dominated AT for like 3 months.
Yeah, so because as a native tier 2 character, she's even more expensive than Quicksilver. She has a higher stat buff on her own. So
but if you just compared the stats of Strive and Jean Grey at level 60, Strive clearly has such a low, around 20% lower stats than Jean Grey. So with the scaling up to tier 3, she's basically unstoppable, I would say.
Yeah, with the tier 3 bonus stat, the new skills, the improved skills from the uniform, I suppose, and also the uniform, the all attack, all defense bonus, and also the uniform stat bonus, and then being the first tier 3 characters that can revive, I think it would be crazy. But I do think that they would take away some of her healing skills, because she shouldn't heal. Like, she's not Phoenix anymore. She shouldn't have so much healing.
And like her third skill with the accumulation of damage, perhaps that will be changed, because it doesn't really make sense to have it, I guess.
Yeah, because it would be too game breaking, I believe. Like simply the Jean Grey right now, just slap a T3 on her, just make her T3 skill another 5th skill. That will be already game breaking. So I think to balance it out, they will maybe reduce some of her healing skills, and then make her just a character that deals a huge amount of damage and can revive. I think that will be the road they're going to.
The only thing that the current Jean doesn't have is incapacitation, which removes active buffs, which makes the Obelisk just useless. And this is the only thing that I think the new uniform could address too.
Yeah, so this is definitely one of the most looked for tier 3, I think, of all time right now, because she's definitely going to be so good in every PvP and PvE content.
And she's relatively easy to get for newer players as well.
Yeah, and I think most players right now that have played the games for some time already get her. So everybody will be rushing to get her to tier 3. And I suppose the material needed for her to get a tier 3 is double the material, so it's like Thanos. So 1,600 Cosmic Cube fragments is expected. So for all the players out there, remember to save resources and gold for this update. Don't waste the uniform upgrade box and just none of that. Just save everything for Jean Grey.
And have your feathers and Macron crystal ready.
Yeah, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.